recently...
Yeah, can we set this up?
They've been hyper-focusing on this central axis of Beijing.
Before you get into that, just so you know, China will come up with like a hype word that it thinks is important.
Yes.
They'll never properly explain. They'll never, but to someone in the government, it's really, really important because that's their job, and they've decided that that's going to be the popular thing.
Correct.
It never is popular. It never works out.
No.
But because a communist official said it, it's really, really important, and they have to get face. They have to get credit for it. So they'll hyper focus on it. So the buzzword of the day is what?
Central axis.
Central axis. That's all we hear.
Yeah, and so
I still don't know what it is.
All of the propaganda outlets in China, China Daily, Xinhua, all of the big ones, CGTN, they're all going on about the Beijing Central Axis. Let's find out a little bit more about it, shall we?
Yeah.
I think we're going to find out. Let's take a look, everyone.
I think it is a return of someone.
Check!
Oh no, not again. Chinese chess is totally new to me.
Come on guys, I really want to visit the Beijing Central Axis.
So what is this central axis really about? A street?
There's really a central axis running through in the middle. So it's like a 7.8 kilometers long.
Oh, good lord.
From north to south. There are 15 heritage components on the central axis.
Wow. How will we visit all of them?
Yeah.
That'll take
Okay, let's go cycling.
Oh, good lord.
Can we watch that again?
Yeah, sure. Of course we can.
So fun.
So,
shoot.
Poor Roger here. He's like the most awkward guy they've got.
I know.
So Roger's obviously not very happy about Chinese chess.
Check!
Oh no, not again.
Don't you just hate when that happens?
I love his next quote because it's so obviously written by a Chinese speaker, non-native English speaker. Because no one would ever say this.
I think Roger would.
Chinese chess is totally new to me.
Nobody says that.
Come on, guys.
No one says that.
Yeah, Chinese chess is totally new.
It's like
oh
this.
no, not again.
It's like if you eat something that you don't like, right? Let's say you don't like licorice. And you're like, oh, it's licorice. It tastes terrible. You don't say, oh, this is totally new to me.
Yes,
you don't say that. It doesn't make sense.
Licorice is totally new to me, yeah.
You say, oh, it sucks, right?
So out of the blue, it's like, come on, guys.
I really
How do we
want to visit the
massage in the
Beijing
central
Central
axis theme?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like,
reading a book. So you're like, oh, I just really want to go to the central axis.
I really want to visit the Beijing Central Axis.
So what is this central axis really about?
Yeah.
Is this from, what's that game? Come on, guys. Is this the intro?
A street?
It's called Hell March. Great song. Anyway, it turns out the Central Axis is a street. Okay, I don't know why they couldn't just call it something more, I don't know, like the Beijing Central Avenue or something. Why is it going to be the Central Axis?
I know, doesn't that sound sinister?
Sounds bad.
It sounds like the Axis powers.
Yeah,
sounds
it really
like
does.
Nazis and the Imperial Japan.
Exactly.
And Mussolini.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it sounds like. But yeah, basically they're trying to make this a big tourist thing where, you know.
Dragnill's right, it's ominous.
Yeah, it's very ominous.
China, North Korea, Iran, Russia.
Central Axis.
Central Axis?
That's it.
Oh no! Mm-hmm. Is this guy Russian?
Maybe. Yeah. Anyway, the thing is, they keep going on about the Central Axis, and all they're talking about is a street that runs through the middle of Beijing.
That's all it means.
Yeah.
Do you remember he was talking about this in the last video?
Yes, with his photograph.
When he was like, I can't take a picture of it.
Exactly.
Remember that?
Yeah, when they were like, oh, you have
Why
to.
are these photographers so good?
He's like, oh, yeah, if you take a picture from up close, it looks really big.
You're so smart. That was a great one.
Oh, good lord.
这样的话才能够拍到整个中轴线。它要有树的高度，然后前面还没有遮挡，然后又能上去。对。透视角度来说。
If you're too close to the train, then the train will look really big.
Oh, you're right. You're so smart. Oh, you're right. You're so smart.
Duh.
Yeah, this guy's kind of funny. Yeah.
There's really a central axis running through in the middle.
Wow, there's really one?
So it's like a
Really?
7.8 kilometers long.
Oh, good lord.
his internal monologue. Yeah.
Wow. How about we visit all of them?
Yeah.
That'll take ages.
That'll take ages.
That's what you say. That's what you say.
Yeah. That's it.
What? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But my gut instinct, if I know I have to go 7 kilometers to see stuff along the way, maybe I'll take an Uber. Maybe I'll take public transportation. Why is your mind to say that'll take ages?
Yeah, exactly.
Will it though?
It's
Will
not
it?
that. It's not that far.
No.
It's not that bad.
No.
Dude. Yeah. I mean,
You can
Beijing's
walk
got.
it.
Yeah, you can walk it. They've got public transport. There's like lots of things. I don't know why he's so upset. So the big plan is that they take a bicycle tour. This entire propaganda video was basically just trying to sell people on this whole bicycle tour through Beijing, basically.
Yes.
But he's not very good at cycling.
Okay, let's go cycling.
Oh, good lord.
It's been a while, maybe.
Yeah.
He can.
Oh yeah, he gets it. He gets it. Nice and smooth. Of course, he took every opportunity to get off the bike and push it up.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
Well, the tour guide might have been explaining something.
correct. Anyway, so that's the slopaganda for this week. All
Well, it's
about
just-
the Central Axis.
It's very much the Central Axis as a theme.
Yes.
Very weird. Why
Well,
do you care?
They latch onto something and they don't let go for a while. So
'Cause the
it'll be-
budget's there.
Yeah, Central Axis is probably going to be around for about a month, and then you won't hear about it again.
True. I mean, they hired. Think about it. They hired this guy.
They've hired lots of people to talk
Yeah.
about the Central Axis.
It's weird.
Yeah. So this is kind of funny. This guy was caught. He sold them all fake silver necklaces.
Yeah.
So they surrounded him. Okay.
You get these scams in the countryside.
Yeah, it's
a lot.
pretty common. So he's like, all right, stand back. He says like, I'm just going to take, he says, stand back 3 steps and I'll refund you all. That's what he says.
Goes 1, 2, 3.
There he goes. And they're all like, what? We're
shouldn't be laughing,
I know,
but
it's just so,
it's so
funny.
funny.
He's like, just give me, like, we're going to take 3 steps and we're going to refund you all. He's like, pshum, on his bike and he's out of there. These
my
poor
goodness
scam
gracious.
people are just like, come on. They all paid him for their fake necklaces.
That is very, very, very funny.
As you know, things are getting colder at the moment in China, around the
everywhere.
world. Yeah.
Everywhere unless you're in the southern hemisphere
Exactly,
where
yeah.
things are heating up.
Heating up, yeah. So this guy's not taking any chances. He's, making sure he's comfortable.
That's hilarious.
I mean,
That's very
that took
funny.
a lot of work for
I-
one little skit.
I know what's going on here.
What's that?
You know they have those blanket factories on the side of the road in China.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the weirdest thing you'll ever see.
Yeah.
In China, you'll actually have old ladies set up like a mill.
Yeah.
And it's like a textile factory. And they'll rent out maybe for a couple $100 a week or whatever, or a month. And they'll set up in these abandoned, not a warehouse, but like where a restaurant used to be.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's a hollowed out room, and they'll take the garage door shutter thing off, or just leave it open all the time, and actually make blankets.
Yeah.
And people will buy a blanket for that season.
Yeah.
It's very weird, and they're very cheap, and
Sure.
they're handmade there. I shouldn't say hand. It's a factory.
Yeah,
really.
they use machines. Yeah.
And so this is probably one of those, and they
Yeah.
have them stacked up.
Yeah, very possibly. But that's a lot. It's like the Princess and the Pea in reverse.
That's what I was going to say. I remember I used to have this book of called The Stinky Cheese Man.
Okay.
And it was like a bastardization of like children's Aesop's Fable type thing. And they had a picture. It looked exactly like that of the Princess and the Pea. It was the same mishmash of blankets.
Right. Except he's the pea.
He's the pea.
Yeah. Something like that. Ah, thank you for my Wumao.
Jesus. Is that
Just
it's actually nauseating. Okay. Whoa, here we go. Oh man.
For how
Comes
long?
in with a big chop and a big right and a left hook.
It's like, you know.
Why? This thing sucks.
Close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my lungs. And if my mind.